Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Something a little bit different tonight. And I know I said wasn't quite sure what I was going to play on Saturday. So I'm not actually playing anything. Instead, I'm working on learning Unreal Engine 5 because, well, 5.1 more technically. Um, Although I might be messing around in 5 only because, well, honestly, 5 and 5.1 work very similarly. There's some very minor changes from what I've been able to tell. A little bit I've messed around with them. The only reason I'd use 5.03 is because there's more resource packs that I have access to and have content that I want. Um, that being said, I think I'm actually launching the wrong version of the engine. Maybe not. Might be okay. So yeah, that being said, I'm learning the engine because I want to learn how to make games. I already have a good story, and I've got an idea of how I want to do it. It's going to kind of start off initially, like the first part of the game is going to be very much like a paranormal investigation type game. Some ghosts, some other things. And then the second part of the game, or third part, depending on how it goes, would be um, like a fantasy adventure RPG style game. So let's see. I got to create. Oops. I did not want to do that. I need to duplicate that scene, and it's going to be UE5. And we're going to go into the scene. We're going to delete that. Then we're going to add a we'll try a game capture. Capture a specific capture any full screen. No. Unreal Editor. Okay, so now let me move this down to where it was. Let me edit my camera. Let me drop myself, I guess, there. And then from there, let's go open a level. We'll do test level. And as of so far, this is what I've kind of got. I'm doing some, like I said, I'm really just learning how to do the work in the engine. So it's a lot of like stumbling around, doing some of the courses um, that Unreal has on their website, um, which are actually really solid courses from what I've seen so far. Um, which is nice. Because as of so far, they've actually been very valuable to me. There's a couple others. There's at least one other streamer that I watch, um, who's been very useful in regards to um, learning how some of the engine aspects work. So yeah, I'm going to work on this map um, and kind of just discuss sort of the process, because this is honestly the first map I built, or in building rather. Um, so like right now we can see that the tiling on my grass is really bad. It's way too repetitive. But if I go in, ugh, okay, I need to change that. It needs to not be. It needs to not be a game capture. I guess it needs to be a display capture. And it needs to be the secondary monitor. That way everything can be seen that is going on. We don't need the game capture. We'll keep the display capture on. I don't really need that audio. Okay, so I need to go back into landscape mode. I need to go to paint. And actually, it's yes, it is paint, but it's oh god. Materials, messages, not what I want. Levels, test level, landscape. Let's go back into landscape. Let's wander over here. Problem with this is at 10. So if I go to 2048 and I apply it, I mean, this honestly is too big for the ground. So it's been applied. I go back to the test level tab and see how horribly huge that is. That looks pretty terrible because that's no longer to any type of sensical scale. Um, the mud and the rock work okay because I mean this is cliff face, so this kind of works at the higher repeat, and then this kind of works at the higher repeat, sort of. I mean, it works well enough for now. So I need to, and yeah, I also know my lighting is broken right now. So back to the landscape. Oops. That's still a little too big, but the repeat's less noticeable. On the same hand, if I do this right and like I add all the trees and things that I want to add, the repeat you won't ever really see. At least that's the main idea, because it's also going to be right now it's kind of um like late afternoon, early evening as far as the lighting is concerned. So if I go back up where you guys are over here, because right now I need to go to selection. You are my directional light. want to scale. You are sky atmosphere. You are my directional light. So right now, it's like evening, so directional light, skylight. So that's kind of evening. Actor hidden game. And let's see. I want to change this to a different color. As my phone explodes. Okay. So that's almost the light style that I want. Let's see. Skylight, volumetric cloud. Ooh, Nelly. It's dark. Oh, well, down there it is dark. Boo. Leave the material alone. Physics. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure what a lot of these settings will nanite. Yup, oh boy. Well, it's definitely dark now. Unlit. Did I lose? Did I lose? Oh, dear Lord, what's going on here? What in the hell is going on here? Interesting. Now it's behaving. Okay, well, I'll take it. So if I go back to lit, must have still been rendering or processing something. Oh, back to selection. Distance. What's that face for? Somebody still giving you a hard time? Or were you planning on spooky games? Oh dear, that looks weird. What? That's actually not too bad. We'll stick with that for now. We'll go to unlit so I can see. God, it's still that's just so out of scale, and it's going to drive me crazy. Foliage. Foliage. Let's add a small birch. Add some more poplars. Some conifers. Gotta be careful because I will break my game or my engine. So I should probably slow down a little bit. Get a conifer. So bring in the oak. And then do you have the poplar? No? Yes. Set the poplar. Yes. And some grass. Poplar. Edge. Import, darn you. Okay. So then now if I do, whoa, what's this? Veg 03. Brush size, let's go with, start with 50. See what, oh, I see. No, jeez. I'm numb. I have to check on it to make it. Okay, so now that makes sense. Let's add some of this. Density. So let's go. I'm just gonna keep doing this, paint it in. Let's actually make this bigger. Try to make this go a little faster. Okay, and then let's just do some grass up here. And let's turn that off. And then let's add some birch trees. Whoa. I guess the brush size needs to be 1 for that. I wonder what the brush size needs to be to actually place the stupid tree. Um, let's see. Let's add some conifers over here. You have snow. You have snow on you. Poplars. Yeah, let's. When I was much younger, lived in northern New Hampshire, and the property we lived on had a string of poplar trees along the driveway. Really pretty trees. Man, were they unhealthy. Poor things were just like an absolute wreck. Um, they dropped branches, um, were pretty rotten all the way to their cores. But I mean, they were pretty trees. Okay, so if I go back to let, I'll go back to unlight because I need to add some lights. Levels. Do I have? Lamp. That'd actually be in my first game, not collections. Are you serious? Uh, props. Ceiling lamp. Are you serious right now? Easy building system. Structures. Stylized wood. Spine blueprints. Oh, stinky. I don't have any lights or lanterns. So we'll cheat. We will cheat for now. Oops. Uh, lighting. Transform. Nice. Yeah. Let's see. Select auto. Convert to static mesh. It's already there. You need to become. Convert to static mesh. It's already a static mesh. I need to convert it to a blueprint. I see. I was cooking dinner when transform delta visibility edit event on actor. Nope. Merge. Level browser. Create level instance. Create packed level actor. Merge actor settings. No. Let's see. Here, debug profile platforms. Not sure. For us as it edit the asset associated, you're in the wrong window. Enable nanite support. Mm. Has collision. Import the base mesh. Connect to source control. Connect to the source control options performing content and levels. Hmm. Wait, that light's actually on. Rendering. Group attached to. Hmm. Collision. Hmm. It's already a static mesh. Copy voice actor. Function point light, target brightness, color, source radius. It's kind of cheesy, but I guess it'll do. Yikes. So you need to either make or find a couple of resources. But this is just basic practice right now. Trying to learn all the different weird aspects. Like I eventually would need to, assuming that the lantern model that I find didn't already have um a blueprint associated with it, I would need to learn how to blueprint the light. That way I can just drag and drop the light where I want it. But this is live and learn. Like one of the things like I need to do is I need to determine if I want this game to be first person or if I want it to be third person. Um, I'm kind of leaning more towards the first person. Um, and that's how the project is set up is as a first person. But I don't have any character models or anything like that yet imported to do anything. That's something I have to do at some point. Does it support unique static lighting? Consider reducing the component's lighting resolution or number of mesh instances in this component. Okay. So now if I go in and I press play, it is super dark. Oh dear Lord. What is going on right now? Okay, so my landscape right now is completely unlit. That's fantastically bad. So I broke something when I tried building the lighting. Oopsie poopsie. Oopsie poopsie. What in the world? Is the issue with nanite? is going on right now? Yeah, okay, so nanites haven't making it have a fit. That's fine. Okay, those lights need to be moved. Yes.
Would you like dessert?
I suppose, please.
How would you like your dessert?
Why is my microphone not muted?
Thinking about cutting.
Okay. Okay, so now if I press play again. Cool color, source radius. Eh. I broke my level. What did I do? Okay, so I guess I do need to find some sort of something. because it doesn't work. Okay, so I don't know. Like I said, for this is really me trying to learn the engine. Um, I know some very basic things like if I want to, let's see, if I go back to landscape mode, like I can paint this path as quote unquote sand. It's really a dirt uh, brush. Then I can go down to like 100, change the brush size, and I can like spread the dirt through here. I can do some squiggles out through here and whatnot. Etc. Etc. Um, like right now, snow is all. So if I go back to levels, landscape, I go to landscape, and I want to change my snow to a proper snow. I can just go open my content drawer, go to procedural biomes, textures. Is there snow? There's snow covered trees, snow covered ferns. There is a snow base color. So I guess we'll take a look at that. Then we can copy this. We'll paste it. Control. Oh dear Lord. Control C. Control V. Then we'll just go drag and drop. Then we can go delete this. This is a named roots. Add name decoration. We'll call this snow. We hook this up. And then we go out like this. And we go snow. And bing, bang, boom. Quick apply. And this the peaks here are now snow. Obviously the tiling is less than good, but I'm honestly not worried about that right now. I just want to get the basics down. I want to learn the lighting and the texturing, um, and that type of stuff. That way, I can really um get into the map making or rather level making process. So if I go back to selection. And I want to, let's go to the easy build system. Let's go to meshes, structures. We're going to go stylized. We're going to go with stone. Is there nothing in my stone? Oh, because it's still selected snow. Okay, so it's like we have the stone foundation. in the ground isn't the end of the world, I don't think. I don't think it'll cause a problem. Stop it. So we go edit, copy, Control V, Control V.
Cookies and cream.
Just want to line everything up for this foundation. Oops. See, I'm not sure. Yeah, that needs to go one, two. Where's my snap to grid? There we go. Should have to go only one, then it comes back two, and this one should only have to come back two. There we go. Now we have a nice foundation. Whoops. Albeit a very small building. That's fine. This is practice. This is rotate. We're going to go. We're going to go back to translate. This is where it gets a little wonky. Camera speed, let's drop it back down to 4. And we're going to... Ooh. Stop it. Just bring you forward to the edge. You're not quite where I want you to be. Because I want you centered there because that's actually centered. Then I would need the wall. We want to rotate you 90. going through. Well, nothing at the moment. I'm really just putzing around practicing. Wait, is that actual foundation actually supposed to be separated like that then? Huh. So that's actually meant to have a gap in it like that. Curious. Guess it makes sense because when you're actually pouring a concrete slab, you actually leave space between the slabs for expansion and contraction. So how are you tonight? Nice. Nice job. Oops. Messing around in Unreal Engine 5. Because, it's the fun thing to do. I am, yes, actually. I mean, I've got several good stories already, so unfortunately, I broke my landscape lighting when I was messing around with some stuff. So it's kind of scrapped. It's also very dark when you go in to see what the gameplay would actually look like because there's no lights up here. But if I go and if I go and bring in this lamp quick, not procedural biomes, starter content, blueprints. I bring in this light. We can actually see the front of the building. Of course, because this is supposed to be more of a fantasy building, I do need to get myself some like oil lanterns instead of say an ceiling office light, but that's okay. Right now, I'm literally just learning how lighting affects things and how not to break my landscape because I completely and totally busted my landscape. And I'm not sure how to fix it so that it actually shows up. But again, it's all good. This is really just for learning and practice. Like you can see how badly the tiling looks here, but once you add in like grass and trees, you don't actually notice how bad the tiling actually is anymore. Unless you know how to, like from up here, you can see it, but when you're actually down at ground level, you actually lose the tiling. So, yep. But yeah, I'm fumbling my way through this. I've watched some of the Unreal Engine courses, and it's sort of makes sense and sort of doesn't at the same time. There's a lot of moving parts. Like this light has, if I open it, oh my goodness. Open up. Fine. Don't open up. I really don't care. Double click on it here. Like, first and foremost, obviously there's this item. And then because it's a light, there's all kinds of things going on. Like what type of light it needs to be, what color and brightness it needs to be, and how big of an area it needs to illuminate. And what style light it is. So you can see that it's a point light. Um, it's a, and again, all three, this item says this point light needs to have these things in this order: its intensity, which is its brightness, the light color, which is literally the light color, and then the source radius. So, how big an area this lamp illuminates. And in Unreal Engine, they use this blueprint system, which is way easier than having to write the code to do all of this, because this writes the code by itself, because you can go in um, and you can actually look at the code, I believe. I'm not sure where you can look at that because I've not gotten that far yet. Um, but you can literally go in and view the code. And that, see, it starts from here and you can see how it flowed down through because it showed you with the little pulsing arrows. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm literally just fumbling around trying to learn how everything works. And So far, so good. I mean, at least with the very basic stuff, anyway. Like I can very quickly recreate this map, um, and import the like tools and things I want to use, character models and whatnot, from other projects. I know how to do that. It's just a matter of like, okay, I want to take this base item, the lamp that doesn't have the lighting blueprint attached to it, and learn how to do that myself. That way I can use like a traditional oil lamp or lantern from a wooden post for this style building. So, a lot to learn and play around with and mess around with. But yeah. Um I can point you in the direction of some pretty good resources if you would like to actually learn how to do this. Because I'm not going to be a good resource for a while yet. Oh, it's the detail lighting that's broken. Uh, Empty, static lighting, languages, banner, cast shadow. Enable edit layers. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's too many hours to be up. It's way too many hours to be up. So have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow, I'm sure. I completely and totally busted my landscape. So I guess I need to. Will do. Okay, so now the character is facing in the right direction. Whoops. Damn it. You are still facing in the wrong direction. Why are you facing the wall? You're. Oh, because the stupid, 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 stupid. Okay, so now that's facing the right direction. Build. Let's redo that. Oh, that's right. I forgot Mochi are covered in a something. So file. Nope. Edit. Project settings. Let's get a character in here. It's the world partition control rig. No. AI system. Set manager asset tools. Support platforms. Nope. Really need to reinstall my oh, actually, we're going to edit it. And then when we go to package it and do settings menus and things like that, we can change that. BIJKLMN UI. Cursors. Streaming, rendering, physics. Enhanced input. We did so. That's the system animation. Static mesh upset. Might interesting. So I guess I need to figure out look up a tutorial. Actually, do I even have a player controller yet? I don't think I do. You have a start point. What have we got? We got a player start and a character. which I actually don't need. What I need is a pawn as an actor can be possessed or receive input from a controller. That includes the is a type of pawn. Don't need to rotate. What do I need to do? Spawn collision persistent level. Ring config default. Activation. Oh, are you serious? That's where the blueprint is. So if I wanted to drop the regular light or this, yeah, I would be able to change that to okay. That's easy. Um I can't click play until the lighting is done rendering. Yabba dabba dabba dee boo boo doo ba doo ba doo. Shooba doo ba doo ba doo boo 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 doo ba doo. Oh, good grief. So actually, okay, so if I, let's not do, let's go just to the props. And then if I drop this here, I bring it up. I click on the mesh. I click on open selection, static mesh. It's pretty advanced. Oh, that's not right. Settings. So wait a minute. I can click on AI controller class non. Only process by an AI controller pawn is placed in the world. Disabled. I'm looking at the wrong part of it. So okay, so that would be a yep, yep. So that's where it is. I'll put the details. You can convert a mesh into a blueprint. Place the selected actor. There's some duplicates from the selected parent class. What? At any rate, I'm not going to do that yet. Because I gotta. Oh my goodness. Learn how to properly do that. In the meantime, I'll just minimize that. Let's go. Let's.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
UE5. So yeah, I don't have a game name yet. Um, Chat window, go away for a minute. There's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different locations, and you're gonna start with like a couple of locations that you've been asked to investigate, and they're pretty um um standard, like ghost investigation stuff, um like Parthenon Pizza is a pretty standard investigation. Go in, figure out why when the owners they like clean up at the end of the night, they walk in, come in the next morning, and the place is torn apart. What's going on? I mean, we're not seeing anything on the cameras because they installed security cameras. Um, and then like we're gonna have the stereotypical high school. Um, we're gonna have a farmhouse that you got to go and investigate. And I'm going to use some of like fairly recognizable resource packs, but I'm going to actually build. I'm gonna take the long hard route and not use the default. I'm actually going to build the layouts from scratch, which is a lot of work. But um, if I'm using like the lighting blueprints and whatnot that come built into the various resource packs and maps kits that you can buy, then my work is somewhat minimized, short of needing to like customize how I want the lights to work. Phoenix Industries, um, that one's going to be a surprise. There's a Forgotten Cabin. Think Cabin in the Woods or Evil Dead style cabin out in the middle of nowhere. Um, it's very creepy. And then we've got the Griffin's Nest. That's going to be a pop up location. Literally. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Um, so, like, the basic idea is going to be it's going to take place roughly nowish. You're part of a paranormal investigative unit. Um, you don't know much about it, but you're part of it. It's kind of like a top secret need to know basis. Um, Missions are going to be fairly cut and dry. Go to the location, investigate. You're going to know exactly what you need to do for each location. Like it says here, go to location, investigate said location inside and out. Based off of the request, identify paranormal entity, if any, get out and file the paperwork. I don't know if you're at this point if we're going to legitimately file paperwork. But there's part of me that kind of wants to do that because, like, part of the investigation is you're going to find additional information to uncover additional parts of the storyline. Players get rewarded for taking initiative or in researching or scoping out the location prior to a nighttime investigation. Real paranormal investigators actually go in, talk to the people that own a property, so that they know exactly where they need to set up their equipment, or at least have a good idea of where to set up their equipment. I kind of want to have that as part of the regular investigation process because I think it would be fairly unique, and a lot of people would be like, well, why are you going to do that? That's just obnoxious. It's an extra step that's not necessary, but it is necessary because it's part of a story. It's one of the reasons, well, I haven't played Conrad Stevenson's Paranormal Investigation. I think it's amazing because while you don't go in and actually talk to the owners, there's that little blurb as you start the level where Conrad is telling you that, hey, in talking to the owners, these are just things to look out for. This is where things that are happening. So I kind of want to have that sort of thing, but I physically want people to interact with characters. And maybe I'll do it similar to Conrad Stevens. I don't know yet. This is just the outline of how I want things to be handled. Gameplay while on site needs to be familiar with players. I mean, there's a bunch of them right now. Phasmo, Ghost Exorcism, Obsidio, This is a Ghost, as below, so as above, so below, whatever that new one is, which actually looks really good. Site investigations will utilize the normal spectrum of investigation tools. UV lights, flashlights, still cameras, IR night vision cameras, EMF detectors, not the K2 detector that everybody calls an EMF detector. There's a difference. There is a legit difference. Parabolic microphones, voice recorder, spirit box. I don't think I'm going to do salt. Some sort of powder or flour. Kind of think Paranormal Activity when they were trying to um, capture the activity in the home in the first movie. A FLIR camera, which is forward-looking infrared. Um, it's a thermal camera. I know it's something that's possible. Um, I'll have to learn how to do the thermal mapping for the camera, but um, protective items. Um, and it would be dependent on what you think you're investigating, based off of your pre-investigation interview. So salt, candles, chalk, all things that are fairly commonplace protective items. Crucifix, ankh, um, salt would be um, used for protective circles and seals. And like I've got it here, it's like you can literally drop a circle around yourself. You can put it around doors and window frames. Holy water, chalk, candles, other to be determined items. Um, Various circles of protection. Some of them are pentagrams. Um, Most people associate pentagrams with negative, um, or evil. That's not always the case. Sometimes um, pentagrams are used for protective purposes. Sanity effects, yeah, I don't know yet. And you can see I've got. Am I going to have that? What am I going to call it? What could potentially drain it? Um, what could happen if you have low sanity? How do you restore your sanity or stabilize it? Um, and what happens when you kind of like restore your sanity? And then, um, like entities. Um, like how many different entities am I going to have? I don't know yet. I know there's going to be at least one or two. Um, I don't know how aggressive they're going to be. Um, can they attack? Can they damage? Can they kill? Um, yes, certain ones will be able to kill. That much I know. I don't know how that's going to work yet. Again, this is just an outline of what I'm looking at doing. Do the entities have special abilities? Yes. Um, as far as what those are going to be outside of these four items, um, I'm not going to say yet, but there will be the entities will have their own unique abilities. Um, can the entity drag the player? This is starting to feel a little overdone. Um, Unless it could be done in a way that's kind of different and unique and makes sense. Ghost Watchers is kind of like the first one I've seen do it. I know one developer is working on his game who wants to kind of include this as well. And I want to say it happened in what is it? The new one that in Sim and Psycho Hypnotic we're playing. I think it's So Below. I think that's what it's called. Had Psycho got dragged. Um, so I'm feeling like it's maybe starting to get to be a little bit overdone. Can the entity throw the player? I've not seen that done yet. I like that idea. That being said, can they throw him downstairs? Can they throw him out windows? I don't see why not. Could they shove you down an elevator shaft? Maybe. Depends on what the entity is. I don't like realistically, there's only going to be like one or two super aggressive, quote unquote, evil bad entities that I'm aware of at this point. Um, and they're only going to be encountered in one or two locations. And that's all I can say because I don't want to give away story elements. Because it's going to be, I want everybody to enjoy the story as it's being told through the game. Because what this first game is going to do is going to set up a more open world style game in the future if I can get this one to work. Um, this is not my forte. I went to school for information technology. This will be my first attempt at creating anything. And this probably won't even be the first game. What I will probably do is create like a little weird kind of like in the map I'm working on. I'll probably build something. Not necessarily in this map, unless I can get this actually working again. And I might change this to, I might actually scrap this whole thing and start over as a third person game until I can figure out how to bring in like the character models for more of the open world style game. But like this might be just like, here's a demo, come investigate this weird location, find out what's going on. Because this is really my first kind of sort of deep dive into the Unreal Engine. Some of it's very easy. I understand honestly like the logic more than I understand like this, like the level building part of it. Because the couple of videos I've watched where they've done the logic programming and blueprint, it to me kind of makes sense. And it's not even kind of makes sense. It's actually very cut and dry for me. Um, it's just a matter of learning the terminologies and um, how they work in relation to one another. But what I've seen so far absolutely makes sense to me. So, yeah. So, and then what are entity standard abilities? Are they going to be able to talk? I don't know. I again, I'm outlining. I'm still coming up with things. Um, can the entity throw up? Can the entity affect the environment around it? In general, I'm kind of feeling that we're seeing in the genre of ghost hunting slash supernatural paranormal investigation games. I think we're seeing too much of that. Um, so I think if I do that, um, it's going to be minimally. Um, I would rather see like the push and drag. Like it can move a chair. It could maybe move a small table or a lamp. Um, the whole throwing of things to me is getting to be overdone. Because in general, you don't often, if you've watched Ghost Hunters, God, what was the one on Travel Channel? I can't think of what it was. In general, they rarely ever had an entity throw items. Zach Baggins' group had that happen once that I can recall. Of course, I didn't really watch them much, but it was when they were out in doing an investigation in Colorado. Um, so the whole push drag to me is more interesting because um that seems to be far more common, quote unquote, common, because most of your evidence that you see in those types of paranormal investigations is like you'll see orbs, you'll see it interact with an EMF detector. Once in a while, you'll hear it get some sort of EVP evidence. Um, Rarely will it break things, but that falls into the whole throwing items as well. You'd have to have a pretty violent or dangerous entity that is doing these two things. Um, Much like for these three items or four items. Like, and here's the other thing that you don't often see: can the entity throw objects at the player? I don't think I've seen it in a game yet, where the entity is hucking a plate at a player or um, hucking something at the player or damaging them. I don't think I've seen that. I've seen entities attack players, but this is one of those things. It's like, okay, I'm going to throw a plate at you or something small. I'm going to throw a pencil at you because it takes a tremendous amount of energy for a spirit to be actually be able to um, throw something large at somebody. So if anything, it would be small items. It's why it's like they interact with an EMF detector because they're pulling energy out of the air. So like battery powered items and things like that to be able to try to interact. That's why you'll all of a sudden it's like, oh, the batteries in my camera died. What's going on here? But that type of thing. Um, it, but yeah, there's going to be several locations. This one is going to be kind of fun. Um, because it's out of the D&D game that I'm trying to get back into running. Um, and there's a reason it's showing up in this world. But again, that's going to be up to you folks to figure out why the how and why of why it's here. Um, and it's like right here, a letter with an old fashioned wax seal on it, written on parchment, arrives at the office. It's legit parchment, like the type of parchment you would have used in the 15 and 1600s or earlier. Letter is handwritten and is on what appears to be very old parchment. So, location has a reputation for excellent food and service if it can be found. Rumors exist that the tavern moves from place to place and that it only appears in remote locations, typically in forested areas. Most commonly appears in temperate, deciduous, or evergreen forests, which is kind of what I was trying to do here, but I went and broke things, so I might end up having to scrap this level and redo it. But that's fine. I actually need to come in and I need to try to locate a couple of resource packs anyway. Why is it taking so long to build the lighting? Instance meshes don't yet support unique static lighting. Instanced foliage. Or is that because this is a 5? I exported 5.0 stuff into 5.1. That's why it doesn't work. Because the lighting works differently? No. Yes? I'm confused. Where's my Epic Games Launcher? Where's my library? Come on. No, I went to the store library instead of the Unreal Engine library. Herderp. Install plugins. So easy building is 5.1, but that is compatible with 5.1. Procedural nature pack is 5.1. So why is it having a problem with the lighting? Did I turn on nanite like an idiot? Load on client. Next. Did I do something stupid? Can be damaged. No, that can't be damaged. Roll none. HLD collision. Don't care about that. Actually, collision should be off. String. Initial lifespan. Find camera. And cluster. Interesting. So if... Oh no! I actually deleted the landscape. That was bad. Instance foliage actor. You go away. So now if I go... Oh, I can't do anything. So the pawn... What in the hell is going on right now? On the wrong keys. That's what's wrong. So wait, why? Okay, so... So player start. So if I just doink... So then if I just rebuild the lighting... which should go a lot faster. Oh, I broke my landscape. That's okay. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know why I broke my landscape. New landscape areas. Navigation, details, rebuild data. Where's my directional light? Because this is ridiculous. Okay, so what's going on, Nanite? What the hell is going on? So if I go to paint and I go grass, what is going on right now? Basic shapes lane. Oh. Okay, so I have this. Let's go to plane. I need to change the material color, control space. Let's drag you into here. Then we go control space, and then we're going to go to procedural biomes, textures. Let's keep textures. I'm going to look for water. Lake. Let's go to textures then. Water. The river. lake, pond, oak. Procedural nature, textures, moss, mud. Do need to add mud. Water, river, foam, river flow, river foam. Leaves, ground. What river water? Here, procedural biomes. Then I just did that one. Mud, forest, procedural nature. So I actually need to import. Actually, I need to add it through the Unreal launcher. I don't know if I can do it for 5.1, but we will see. So maybe one of these projects that get moved backwards to 5.0. Megascans, metals, forest. Trees. Looks like a water texture. Add to project. This one. Assets are not compatible. Please choose the closest alternate version. Okay. So that answers that question. So we're not going to save anything. Let's don't add. Let's go to 5.0. Let's go back to 5.0 and we will make a new project. Because I want to be able to use a lot of the resource packs and whatnot that I have. Unfortunately, a lot of them are not compatible with 5.1 yet. Hello? Hello? What's going on? Yes, Steam has got way too many windows open. Okay, let's close the launcher. And restart the launcher. Hello? Or not? End task. Let's try that again. go. Now if I go to my library. Oh. What is going on? Prerequisites. Does that mean you're installing something? Or do I need to reinstall you? I'm going to reinstall you. Why is it cute? What is going on? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Cancel. Okay, so what it... Great, so I'm going to have to reinstall it. So we will repair. We will repair you. That works. So, I think it's 8:44. I think I'm gonna call this stream here for the night and get Unreal 5 reinstalled, like 5.0. And then what I'll do is I will come back tomorrow night and I will show you how I built how I'm gonna build my first kind of like demo map. So I get used to how the engine works and things like that. So that's where that's gonna sit. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. We will see you again tomorrow night. And I will show folks how you kind of do some very, very basic level building in Unreal. Like I said, very basic because that's all I know how to do at this point. But with installing 5.0, I have access to a lot more resources. So I'll be able to have a really nicely fleshed out map, which is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to see if I can find the lanterns that I want as a free asset on the marketplace. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care. Have a great night, and we will see you later.